Hello, Steve. Today is Wednesday, January the 8th, and let me start off by saying, nice haircut. I commend the job you did, achieving your first smile yesterday and everything Canada had to throw against you. I also appreciated hearing your interesting factoid last video. So, let me present you with an interesting factoid of my own, the upcoming weather forecast, so take a look. As you can see, we're expecting temperatures above zero pretty soon, which means I made it above 0 miles soon enough. Congratulations, Steve, on completing your first book grade expectations. Now, as somebody who's a major lightweight to the written word, I do have a question for you. I did receive this novel, A Tale of Two Cities, by Charles Dickens, during the Christmas season. And I'm wondering what to expect as somebody who's more of a novice novelist. I mean, I definitely plan on reading it, but I'm more or less interested in your opinion on how I'm going to find the book. So, let me know, Mr. Bossy Pants. I am happy to report that I've made progress on one of my own challenges. So, feel free to list me as Yogamature on the Rad Romance webpage. It was a nice start as I did AM Peak Performance Yoda, and I definitely noticed just after one session of doing it the positive effects that Yoda can have on you. It's definitely going to come in handy to balance out all the running I'm going to be doing. For our chess match, let me just say that, while I like the move you did as a good defensive strategy, I can't help but feeling you missed a great opportunity to go on the offensive. And because of the fact that our positions were somewhat symmetrical as of last turn, I'll demonstrate that myself by doing so. So my move is pawn from d5 to e5. I've really enjoyed this day-long break in between turns since it's allowed me to see the game from a completely new perspective. Usually when I play, I tend to make moves rather quickly and don't think too much about them. The move I made today was not the first one that came to my mind, but yesterday when I decided to analyze the board a little bit deeper, I discovered a lot of different options I had and pretty much how strong the one I just did was. And I think I know what your next move is going to be, which gives me a pretty big leg up in the match, because it's pretty important to know what your opponent's going to do. To finish off today, what I'd like to talk about is one of the challenges I'm looking to get started, which is creating the math content. And today, what I'm going to present for you is something that's going to look a little bit different from what you would be used to from your own high school experiences. For example, you're probably used to seeing the following type of question. And, while this type of question is important, it would tend to be a little bit boring or tedious if this is the only kind of math work you were ever to get. So, to provide context for my idea, let me present you the idea of a low entry, high ceiling concept. What low entry means is the problem is fairly easy to jump into, and this limits the possibility of people being excluded from partaking in the problem. And what high ceiling means is the problem is rich and deep. And this allows students who are in the right position to not get bored and actually explore the problem in a much deeper way. For example, I could ask the question 5 times 18, but I can ask you to not write anything down and try to do it in your head. And then I can ask you to describe the strategy you use to solve the problem. And pretty amazingly, there actually ends up being many ways that people approach such a basic problem, and ends up becoming a pretty rich and deep discussion on all the different strategies people actually use. With that kind of idea in mind, I have a resource I'd like to get your opinion on. I present to you the following picture, and the following equation. I'd like you to compare, contrast, and state as many things as you know about the following two things. And for this I encourage you to write a detailed solution on a piece of paper as much as you can state. By Tuesday I'm going to have a fully worked out solution of what I feel a level 4+ would look like in this kind of a project, and a little bit more context into how I feel like this could be used in the classroom. Until then, feel free to jump in and give it a try. Now, I know you haven't mathed in a while, but I'm sort of interested in seeing how low the entry point to this really is. As in theory, a grade 10 currently in the course is probably going to have a better idea where to go with this. I hope. That's all I have for today, so until the next time I bid you, namaste.